Hello, my name is Colin, and today I'm doing another Game of Thrones video. This time doing a video mainly on who I think is going to die this season and who I think isn't going to die. Now, I'm going to leave a disclaimer before I go into all my predictions and stuff like that. I did predictions for Season 7 like a year, maybe actually two almost now. And I got quite a few right, but I also did get some big ones wrong. So it doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. This is just me going into the season with only having really one official trailer. Because, I think I'm gonna, as each episode goes on, I'll be able to piece everything together. Like, once we get up to episode 6, I think I'll have a good idea of how this show's going to end. But before I get into the video, please make sure to subscribe for all new Game of Thrones Season 8 content, and please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And also, let me know in the comments, who do you think is going to die this season? Because Game of Thrones is just masterful at doing death scenes, and I think this is going to be a really emotional ending to one of the greatest shows of all time, if not the greatest. So, let's get into it. Alright, so at the top of my list, I got Cersei. I really think she's going to die, and probably most people around her or working with her, because you had that whole Maggie with the Frog prophecy, which happened all the way back in Season 5, and she said she would be cast down by somebody younger, more beautiful. Now, by those implications, I think we're meant to assume that this is going to be Daenerys, because obviously she's more younger, more beautiful, and she is the main one fighting for the throne against Cersei. And you also have Jaime, who is younger slightly as her twin brother, but I feel like if they were going to have him kill her, that would have probably happened last season when you had the chance. I think Arya will actually be the one to kill Cersei, because Ned Stark's execution, Cersei definitely deserves it, and I just want to see justice for Arya. I think it actually might happen more towards the end, maybe even the last episode, but everything that Cersei, with her character arc, I think it's finally going to lead up to her death. Now, I also think that Jaime is probably going to die. My thoughts on it have kind of changed, but in the trailer, he's talking about he's going to die in the arms of someone he loves. And I think that actually might be Brienne. So yeah, Jaime's definitely going to die. I assume it's going to be probably earlier in the season. Another one that's high on my death list, sadly, is Varys. I love Varys, but he's kind of a plot hole in the show now since he doesn't have his little birds anymore. And I think his death is going to be pretty traumatic. And also you had Melisandre tell Varys that both of them were going to die. So yes, I obviously think that Melisandre will also die, naturally. But I think that they will probably do one more thing with their character before they finally kill her off. She has to come back to Westeros from once she came, and we also have Sandor Clegane, the Hound. I think him and both the Mountain are going to have this epic battle. The Hound will overcome his fear of fire, and I think that the Hound will probably win the battle, but he'll die from his injuries. And the Mountain, both of them have come pretty close to death, and I just can't wait for this Clegane Bowl. I've waited it for like 3 years now. I'm so excited. I also think that Qyburn is going to die, and I actually think that Arya might kill Qyburn and use his mask in order to kill Cersei to get the drop on her, kind of like what she did with Walder Frey. I also think that Grey Worm is going to die. You have that emotional scene between him and Missandei in the trailer, and I just feel like there's nothing you can really do with this character after this, so yeah, Grey Worm's gonna die. You also have Jorah. I think he's gonna make a really big sacrifice for Daenerys. He might actually die in her arms. It would be a really emotional scene because he's always been in the friend zone. It'd be nice if she kissed him before he died. You also have the Night King, who is obviously going to die. I think they will defeat the White Walkers. I don't know how they're going to do it. The Night King's very powerful. They'll probably have Bran, Jon, maybe even Arya with the Dragon Glass be able to kill him. But yes, the Night King will die. The White Walkers will be defeated, even though I think they might resurge some point in later years. Now, I think that Daenerys and or Jon Snow will die. I know, it's insane. I would just be shocked if Daenerys made it to old age. If one of them takes the throne, I think it would probably be Jon, but I don't know. It's just weird because they're two of my favorite characters. I want to see one of them on the throne. I just think this would be a really sad and really surprising death that I really want to happen, actually, because I like the idea of Daenerys and Jon Snow having a baby, and that baby ends up ruling Westeros. The baby, obviously, now being the Song of Ice and Fire, and that baby would be raised by the ones around them. Probably Tyrion, who I think is definitely going to survive this season. Tyrion is my favorite character on the show. It would be a really surprising death, and I don't know. I just see him as one of these advisor people with actual honor on the show that I want to see survive. I think that some of the smaller characters like Tyrion, both literally and physically, are going to play a big part in this season. You also have Euron Greyjoy, who I think is going to be one of the more evil characters in the show in this season. Like, he's going to be really despicable. He'll definitely die more towards the end because, really, probably after the White Walker battle, I think he will then die and somebody else will take the throne. Either nobody will take it or it'll be Dany and Jon Snow's baby. That is my prediction on the throne. Dolorous Edd, I also think, is going to die. Obviously, we have no wall, so the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch really can't do that much anymore after the wall has been knocked down. Then you have Sam, who I think is an easy survivor for me. I also have Gilly and the baby Sam, definitely surviving. I really love these characters, and I think that it'd be nice and endearing to see them in future years, also helping out young Daenerys and Jon Snow's baby with ruling the Iron Throne. You also have Bronn, who I think is going to survive. I'd like to see him and Tyrion just have their friendship go on. I don't want Bronn to die. Maybe he will, but I really don't want it. Missandei, I don't have this need for her not to die. Like, they could do a good death scene with her, but I really just want her to survive as she's like one of those more minor characters. Actually, a lot like Davos Seaworth. I think that Sir Davos, the Onion Knight, will definitely survive. He's had this moral and honor on the show that a lot of characters don't have, and it'd just be nice to see him there till the very end. Because I'm a huge fan of Davos. He is pretty old, actually, so we'll see what they will do with him. I think that all the Stark children, for me at least, are going to survive. Maybe not Jon Snow, because, well, he's not really Stark children, but Bran will probably warg into a dragon. Arya and Sansa, it'd be nice to see Sansa rule Winterfell. And I can't wait to see what they do with Arya. I think they're going to do something really special and surprising with how her character arc is going to end. I don't think she's going to die, though. I think both the dragons that are left are going to die, sadly. Maybe they'll plant some dragon eggs that Daenerys and Jon Snow's baby will ride on, and that could be an awesome final shot of the show. Brienne and Podrick. I see Brienne surviving. I do, because she has lots of honor, and I think you need characters like that to survive. Podrick, however, I think it would be a really cool death scene to do with Podrick, because, I don't know, I feel like with Podrick, there's not much you can do with him after. Theon's an easy die for me. He is trying to kill Euron, and Euron is going to survive, so either Theon's going to lose the battle or he's going to die. I think he's going to die. Yara, I think she will survive because I think they would have killed her already probably. I definitely want to see Yara rule the Iron Islands after this war is over. So thank you guys for watching today. I know that this video could have been longer. I should have been doing other Game of Thrones videos leading up to this, but Sunday night, Game of Thrones. I'm so excited. Thank you all for watching, and I will hasta la vista.